Hi, in this video I'll try to report my Haworthia plants. I have this one, which I bought probably, I would say 13 years ago. And it's been in this specific pot for years. Not 13, but a long time. When I put it in here, it was just this one in the middle. And everything around grew in the years it was in this specific pot. It didn't get new soil or anything. I just put water in the pot every week or two. And this one I haven't had for that long. I think I probably bought it around the time I put this one in this pot. And they both were very tiny when I first got them. But they seem to like this just cactus and succulent ground soil. So that's what I'll be using again this time. Just something I bought from a store. Just very basic stuff. These plants are very resilient, so I think I don't have to be too careful with them. Yesterday I already removed a bunch of dried out leaves in between here, just to see how much space there is, because it was really completely filled up here. And I think the one in the middle here has trouble getting water because in the pot the soil goes up to here, but in the middle it goes up to here basically. I think there's a dense root system below. I even see where the dried out leaves were, there's already roots growing in between again. So the dried out leaves plus the roots here tells me it really doesn't get enough water at all in there. So I'm gonna put all of them in this pot. And yeah, let's get started. So let's first try to remove them from this pot. I'll start with this one. I'll put the soil in here because the bag I have is 5 liters and this one can take 7 liters. So unless I see the soil is rotten or something, which I doubt because they really didn't get too much water, I think. I'm just gonna use this soil as the bottom layer for my pot, for my new pot, and I'll put the new one with all the nutrients on top. This one is already wobbling around a bit, so I would guess that, yeah, it's already coming out. There we go. The roots are really not deep. I'm going to shake it off a bit. All of this soil looks pretty good. I don't see any reason not to leave it in there. I think this looks fine. It's very dry though. And here's the plant. There's still some soil on it, but it's fine. Let's try to get these out. I think they're sitting a bit. I think it will be a bit harder to get these out. Maybe there. Let's take all of it out at once. I'm making a huge mess. But it's fine, I can clean up later on. Okay, this soil, I have no idea what that is, but it doesn't, this one doesn't look as great. There's like, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's like the spots there, all of this. It looks like dust, but I really have no idea what that is. So I don't feel comfortable putting this soil back in the new pot. Really, the other one looked way better, so I'm just going to leave this out. And I'm going to try to remove the plants. Let's see. There's so many roots that are literally all around. So I'm just trying to get rid of most of the soil. Actually, like this, it doesn't look too bad. It was just around the edge. Touch the pot. Look at all of this. Almost close enough to see where we can separate them, because I don't just want to put them all together, all in there together again. I want to separate them a bit so they have more space. Let's see. I should be able to just break them off actually. All of the smaller ones here are old enough to be able to handle this. There we go. That's one of them. This root is... oh, that part fell off. There's still so many dead leaves left. Yeah, this... the small one here on the side, this one, literally hangs off by one root, which goes in there. Goes quite deep. So I think the only way to get that one out is to literally break off the root. There we go. Some dried up leaves around. There. We'll see if that one will survive. Look at this, how dense. There. I put a bit more pressure on there, so. The other one, the first one I took out of the pot of the other pot, I gave that one water a few days ago. This one I actually gave it water yesterday, a bit. And considering that, soil is really dry. Maybe I can give them a bit more, but at the same time I don't want the soil to be too wet, because then the roots will rot. So that's why I give them water each week usually. And I give them enough to make the top surface of the soil wet to soak it, but I don't give them so much that everything is completely soaked through. I'm just breaking it off gently, I guess. Okay, I see there's already one root that came out clean, a relatively fresh one. There we go. As I said earlier, this pot is actually quite deep for Haworthia. But if you look at the length of these roots, and then the other one, I think this one is a tiger Haworthia. It has dots on the inside of the leaf, white dots, so it's probably the other variant. I don't know. But the roots in this one, they were relatively flat and spread out. But these actually go deep. Look how long they are. And then I have 3 more. Where's the... Oh, there's another tiny baby here. And here's the tiny baby. Oh, root broke off. It's fine. And then we have this one, which had a bunch of really dried out leaves. I'm gonna clean it up a bit. There's so many roots in here. Okay, so first I will try to separate these two, because I don't want to plant them in like this again. As far as I know, this one only makes 1 baby each time. And if I separate them, then both should be able to make 1. It's just they're way closer stuck together than the other one. So I'm a bit worried. But I guess I just have to break it off. Please survive this. Oh, that's not too bad. Next, let's fill up the pot. I'll just dump all of it in here, on top of the old soil. I just took some time off camera and I looked at all the roots in detail, just to make sure there's no bugs on it or anything. Because remember when I removed this one from the pot, there were those pockets that looked like dust. And that could have been a nest from something like mealybugs maybe. So that's why I really spent some time looking at each root in detail. I didn't see anything living besides the plants, so it should be fine. The only thing I'm still unsure about is this one, since it has a long stem with all those dried up leaves. If I should just put it in soil up to here, or up to here. I really don't know. Okay, so I googled again and I found an image of a plant that had this. It wasn't a Haworthia, but it was a different kind of succulent. And they just cut off the stem and planted both next to each other. And both of them regenerated, so I think that's what I'll try. There's roots up here, there's roots below, so I think if I cut here, then I should be fine. So I have 70% alcohol, rubbing alcohol. What I'm first going to do is, I'm going to wet my knife with rubbing alcohol. Because I wouldn't exactly consider this knife to be clean. I guess I'll try like this. Should I cut here? I really hope they're surviving this. There we go. So usually I think I should leave it outside the soil for a couple of days until this gets brown. But I also like in the YouTube video where I got this from, that I should leave it out to dry. They said that you can also put it in soil, but you should not water it for a week at least. So I think I'm actually gonna put it in soil and not water it. Let's see how this goes. It's already... I wanted to put this one in the middle because it's mother plant. But now because of this, I'm just gonna leave it on the side. And this one, I'm actually gonna put in the other corner here. It's just sitting there really. It's not very fixed at all, but once it gets more roots, it should work out. This one is all the way in the corner, because I don't know if it's gonna do anything. Maybe I shouldn't have touched this. It's fine, it's fine. This one is quite big, so let's do that one next. On this side. The roots are so long, I'm just gonna gently fold them up. And then push soil below. Now I have space for a smaller one here. Maybe I want these in this corner, the other type. So I'll leave those last. Which ones? Here's the small one. It's the bigger one of the two smallest, so let's put that one here. And the tiny one on this side. They're all just sitting on top of the ground. I'm not compressing it too much. I guess in a week when I water them, it will compress itself a bit. Actually, I should probably have moved this one over a bit more. That one, because else I don't have space for everything else. So maybe here. Let's dig a deep hole. I should probably have started with the bigger ones and then put the small ones in last. Let's see which one next. This one. I think I don't have enough room. But I'm sure they don't mind being squished together a little bit. I mean, they were squished together way more before. Yeah, I won't have enough space for everything. So maybe that one on this side. And then I can put this one here. They're already way closer together than I want to, but yeah, I don't really have a choice. Should have bought more soil and just left the other one in a separate pot. If I can put these next to each other, it's gonna be tight, but it's gonna work, I think. Last time I also folded up the roots like this. I don't think it's too much of a problem. Just gonna make sure they're covered. There. This one is a bit more to that side than that one, so I'm gonna put the small one on this side. And then this one here. More towards the corner. As you can see, some of them are not very tight in there, but that will fix itself. Last time I replanted this one, it was also not really fixed in there. It was moving around like this. But yeah, it grew more roots and it fixed itself. So that's what I expect to happen this time as well. Yeah, I have to compress the soil a bit, as it won't stick. Ah, there we go. Done. There we go. All in a new pot. Let me know if you facepalmed hard by watching me do this. Last time I replanted these, both of them, it was pretty much the same and all was fine, so I don't think they will all die within the next week. But we'll see, time will tell. So thanks for watching and see you next time maybe.